Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for The Loud House, There Will Be More Chaos. So this is volume 2 of the Loud House graphic novel from Paper Cut. So I did do a review for the first volume if you want to go check that out, but let's jump into this. So I am doing an early review because I was at a Comic-Con this week. Paper Cuts was there. I eyed the second volume of Loud House. I was like, let me get this. Canceled my Amazon order because I did pre-order it. And I got this. So, I definitely wanted to review this early for you guys. So let's start talking about this book. So going into the interior artwork, of course there are different artists on each little story, and usually the story lasts about maybe 5 pages max. It's like 1 page, 2 pages, because it is like a comic strip. And I have to say with this volume, I felt like the artwork was a bit more consistent. One of my complaints from the first volume is that sometimes some of the stories had darker inking, so that kind of threw me off. I'm like, oh, this is kind of a cartoonier, obviously, TV show, and it's very, very much in the vein of old comic strips, so that artwork threw me off. But this art style definitely more consistent with the TV show. Obviously not all of it perfect, and that's just because you have different artists, but overall pretty consistent. Now going into the stories, I think they have a whole list. Yeah, so they got a couple. Another thing I thought that improved with this volume is that there wasn't that choose your own adventure story like the last volume, where that was kind of weird. It was like throughout the book you had random stories of choose your own adventure. I felt like this book flowed a lot more. And now most of the stories are about the families, about the siblings. I think we even have one story about the father, and obviously the first volume did not show the parents, because I think up to that point they were not showing their heads. So it's nice to see as the show is growing, you're seeing the graphic novel stories grow. Obviously it's a lot of fun just to see the siblings interacting, and you get cool moments like, Lori trying to go on a date, you have Lincoln trying to read a comic book. So there's small moments like that, or even, more focused on the sisters as individuals. You have Lola inviting her friends, trying to kiss a frog, and of course, her sister Lana has many frogs, so that turns out interestingly. So you have cute stories like that throughout the book. But one thing I did like about this volume a lot was that it showcased other characters, like I said, not just the parents. You had, I think, 2 stories about Clyde and his dads, which was really cool. And then also you had Bobby included a little bit more in this book. Like I said, the parents were included a bit more. And it looks like next volume is especially going to include more of those supporting cast members. We have the Bobby's family members, the extended family from the special, and then also maybe some other characters that are going to show up, which is kind of cool. I was talking to the person at Paper Cuts, and one story is going to be really interesting that I'm excited for. So, yeah, I enjoyed this book, and we even get to see other new characters, like friends that we didn't get to see in the show, like, again, Lola's friends. We haven't really seen that. We don't really get to see Lola's life as much, besides if she's like in a beauty pageant or something, but even then we don't really get to see it that much. It's more mentioned. Even a new friend of Lincoln's, he's not showcased too much, but he kind of is put into the plot. So overall, it's a very solid issue, or solid graphic novel. It's a lot of fun. I wouldn't say any of the short stories really pop, though. I think that was the only big problem of this book, was that I kind of wish there was more memorable strips here, but they're still all a lot of fun. If you're a Loud House fan, if you're especially a super fan, this is a must-read. So Loud House, There Will Be More Chaos gets a solid 4 stars. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. This is Comic Uno. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also, in the description below, there are links for my comic book, Like Father, Like Daughter. And don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like Father, Like Daughter. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.